Okay, it's Preston against managerless Millwall this weekend. Let's have a preview of the game. How are we, folks?
Good.
Good, thank you.
Michael, the wheels have fallen off, haven't they?
I think it's back to normality. I think that the word there is we got off to such a great start, which was so unexpected. The three defeats in a row. It's just back to normality, you know. So nothing that left
What's
we expect. Yeah.
yeah, what's happened? I mean, it's been such a great start to the season. We've talked about it on this channel quite a lot, and to go from being the only undefeated team in the league to now shipping goals left, right, and centre, that doesn't happen overnight. What's different?
I just think the quality of teams we played against. If you look at the Leicester team we played, they absolutely battered us off the park. But for 60 minutes of it, we definitely held our own. But quality did come to the fore there, and Leicester's home form, the way that they play, the fact that they can bring on 4 or 5 quality players on the bench, just shows you the strength and depth that they have from the Premier League. And then Ipswich as well. Ipswich are a fantastic team at home. They again just completely dominated the whole game. And then we just struggled. And again, I think that the surprising one was West Brom. I don't think we expected to ship 4 against West Brom. I think it was more that was more of a shell shock, and I think the after. I think we're still in shock from losing that game 4-0. And I remember saying on this podcast before the Rotherham game that it won't be easy going to Rotherham, and obviously it was proven get the 1-1 draw. And I think it just sort of not that the belief wasn't there. I just think the idea of where we were and it was obviously everyone realised that we were punching well above our weight. But the fact that we had such a good start give us another international break to recuperate. And it sounds going to be awful. The Millwall fan won't be too happy about this, but we don't have a great record against Millwall at home, and we don't have a great record against Gary Rowett either. I don't think we've ever beaten him. So the fact that he's been sacked before the game gives us a little bit of an impetus to say, you know what, this ain't going to happen anymore. We might actually go and win this game because we never ever beat Millwall ever. It doesn't happen.
Yeah, it's actually my next line was to bring up Millwall's great record at Deepdale. So yeah, I mean, how do you prepare for a game against a manager, a assistant manager now that's going to completely change things? You can't, can you?
I think Ryan Lowe and his backroom staff are very well drilled. They'll know the situation. I think what tends to happen with a lot of clubs, what I've noticed, if a manager gets sacked, when someone comes in on interim, they tend to play the same team the same way anyway, just to see what the players have got, especially if they don't have a lot of time to prepare the team. So I have an idea that Millwall will probably play and set up the same way as they normally do. So I have a feeling Ryan Lowe will probably have an idea of how they'll play. But I think what he'll want more than anything is a bounce from the players. He'll want a response from us. So I think the idea of us trying to manage what Millwall will do will be a little less to compared to what we want to see us do at home. I think the fans will expect a lot more than what they've been given the last few weeks. The fans will turn up to Deepdale on Saturday, and even though we don't have a good record against Millwall, they'll want to see some sort of passion back into the play, and not just that. Just I think like we've said before, results. It's all about the results in this league because quite easily Millwall have finished above Preston in the last 4 or 5 years, and the fact that they're on about getting relegated and we're up in third, it just shows you a good run of form. It changes everything, and a bit of bad form could also bring you back down to earth. But I think more what we want to see anything is just that fight, the passion, and hopefully just get a win back, just to steady the ship a little bit and just to show the fans that it isn't all the wheels haven't all completely fallen off. We've just gone through a tough October, which it is a tough month, but we've got some likable games, should I say, coming up, which are very winnable, but also very much Preston way. We could probably lose them all and the world comes to an end.
Yeah, that was my final question to you. So your run of games in this 5-game block now is going to tell us a lot, isn't it, about Preston? Your home games against obviously Millwall, Southampton midweek, and then Coventry to come in a couple of weeks' time, and then 2 trips to Hull and Blackburn. So on paper, they're all winnable, especially your home games. And this is probably going to tell us a lot more, isn't it, about where you're going to finish and what end of the table
Yeah,
you're going to be.
yeah. I think you look at the clubs you've mentioned there have probably all been in the Premier League, and they're all fantastically big supportive clubs. The idea of Millwall having a small budget, Preston the same boat, we're definitely fighting well above our weight, and I think it's a credit to both clubs the fact that we're both talking about this type of game as a sort of kickstart to the season. The fact that Millwall have been able to sack a manager of Gary Rowett's sort of quality and looking for better just shows you exactly what type of club they're wanting to be. And the fact that we're sat in third and we had such a great start, we're still after a bit of poor run of form. if we can swing 2 or 3 wins together, which is always difficult, the fans will be talking about top 6 again. But I think I said this a few weeks ago, Mark. I think if we finish in the top 10, it'll be a fantastic season. If we finish just out of the playoffs, it'll be a fantastic season. If we finish in the playoffs, I think you might see me doing laps of Preston in the nude for a long time. I'll be honest with you. But it's just great to be away from the relegation zone. We've had our fair share off the pitch troubles in terms of bereavements with the chairman and money not being plugged into the club. But the fans are right behind what we're trying to do. The manager, I think this is the first time it's ever happened, but the manager came out and he said publicly to the fans, look, stick with us, believe in what we're doing. We've had a poor run. Yeah, you travelled to Leicester and Ipswich on a Wednesday and Saturday and spent your hard-earned money, but believe in what we're doing. We're doing our best. And to be fair, we're sat in third. If you told me we sat in third after this amount of games, I just think you were talking nonsense. But we're definitely fighting them well above our weight, and long may it continue.
It's a nice one, Michael. Yeah, I mean, it's nice to see Preston up there, isn't it? I think even the neutrals who watch the Championship want you to get out of this league. You certainly have been in it long enough, so it's nice to see you. It's nice to see you challenging for once. Thanks for that. We'll come get your prediction in a second. Will, we've chatted in another video about Millwall's recent 24 hours and changes there. Let's look ahead to Preston. Then you have a good record there. Thoughts on injuries and players returning? Adam Barratt's going to have a selection headache.
Yes, he will. I haven't actually had a chance to look at who's had a chance of coming back, but I think what the Preston fan said is we're definitely going to lay out pretty similar to what we would have done. Maybe probably Gary Rowett would have already probably been preparing for the match, so probably going to be preparing a similar sort of way. So good record against Preston as well. Like I said, it was a game you always look to and think, yes, that's going to be a result. Especially it's a good away day as well. So I can see us still getting a result. I can see us still happening, especially with the run of form that they're on. But then it could be a bit of a telltale sign in both pivotals, as we've just done that. They're just on a run of 3 straight defeats. And then you never know, they might see the opportunity to finally get a result against Millwall. But
yeah,
that's
just talk us through the whole game as well, because that was the very topsy-turvy game that could have gone either way. What were your thoughts on that?
We played well, but again, it's not. It was maybe telltale signs of what was going on, what was going wrong. There was moments where we was good. There was moments where we wasn't. To be fair, so like I said, I'm probably the most pessimistic Millwall fan in the world. But then I support Millwall, so it's got to be what it is. So yeah, I'm just now kind of thinking, how does this club move forward? And agreed with what the Preston fans say. Maybe the board do really want to take this club in a direction that sees on the fact that we're the closest club to the centre of London and things like that. Maybe they are, because things have changed down at the club as a whole anyway. So let's just see what happens after this result. But if we can get a good win in, maybe it's a sign of good things to come.
Nice one. Let's get some score predictions then. Preston against Millwall. Mike, you go first.
Well, I'd like to see a good positive performance. I think if we can get a win, that'd be great. I can't see it happening, if I'm honest with you. I think Millwall tend to come in and do well to do a job on us, but I'm probably going to go with a 1-1. The fact that it's an early kickoff as well isn't exactly the easiest for Millwall to get to Preston for half-12 kickoff, so I kind of feel sorry for them boys down there. But it all just depends on how the game starts. If Millwall, because they tend to come and start early, they go 1-2 all the time, then we fight back and it's just not enough. So if we start well, we'll win the game. If not, then it's going to be another beating. But I'm going to go with 1-1.
Nice one. Thank you. And Will?
I'm going to say 2-1 Millwall or a 1-1. We're either going to... I think we're going to nick it. I think it won't be as... We won't go out there boisterous and get 1-2-0 up straight away. I think you're going to nick the first goal, I'm going to be honest. And then I think you'll just sort of lose it towards the end of the game, and then we'll just nick the result in the end. But I'll be happy with a point.
Yeah,
you're not usually that confident, Will. So must have changed.
Got such a good result, just such a good record at Deepdale. I think if we went for a defeat, that's the ultimate pessimist, isn't it? But I can't see Millwall not coming away with anything. They always, and if you programmed to play the way you're going to play anyway, with or without Rowett, you were going to probably win the game regardless if he
Yeah.
was there or not. So you may as well just ask him to come along and sit in the stands. He might be a good
Yeah.
omen for you.
Right. Cheers, both. We'll catch up with you next week and see how we've gone on. Thanks, guys.
See you
Cheers,
later.
Matt.